Hello, and welcome to the Diva Talks live show. I am your host, the Diva. As I always say, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. You could have been anywhere else doing anything, but you're here, and I am so appreciative of that. Tonight, I'm just super excited. I don't know who's more excited, they are or if I am, but let's just see. Help me welcome my very special guest tonight, Miss Tanika Crockett and Mr. Charles Pitts from Executive Level. Hey, guys.
Hey,
Hi. It's definitely me. I'm more excited. I'm sure I am.
It's you. I think we're both excited. The same energy. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking time out your busy schedule to be here. This has been a long time coming. I'm just so happy that
Yeah.
you had the opportunity to come join me tonight. How are you doing?
we're doing well. Thank you for having us. She definitely carries enough excitement for the both of us.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, most of you may or may not know, Tanika and I go back way back. Some years ago, our very good friend Rhonda Clark introduced us. And from that day forward, we've just been friends. And some may be saying, well, I don't see you guys hanging out together. But let me tell you, behind the scenes, you'd be so surprised. She's very supportive, been on trips. We've broke bread together. We constantly talk and we pour into each other. So I just want to say thank you for being that good friend, Tanika.
Aw. Actually, it goes farther back than that. If you remember, I was the person helping you in the dressing rooms at Lane Bryant well before Rhonda. So yeah, keeping you
You
cute.
are absolutely right. How
Always.
could I forget that?
Yeah,
That's still my story to this day.
absolutely.
Oh my God. Who knew? Oh my goodness. Oh my. I will say this to Nick. I'm waiting for that book, honey. You have a story to tell.
I do. I do. And you know what? I keep pushing it off. I will tell you. It's definitely on my to-do list for 2022. I do have a story to tell. Most people that know me constantly check in like we need it. So it's coming.
Well,
Absolutely.
I'm waiting, and once you write it, I'll be right here waiting for you to talk about it. But that
Yes.
guy right next to you, I'm quite sure he'll make sure it gets done.
I'm pushing just
Yeah,
as
he
much.
doesn't let me
Awesome.
slack. Yeah.
Well, first things first, congratulations on your engagement.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Happy engagement to the both of you.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. Well, let's just dig in. Let's just dig in. Tell us a little bit about both of you, who you are, and exactly what you do.
Well, I'm going to say since this is a Divas talk show, I will let the Diva female version go first.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Since you
Okay.
started with your name first, ladies first.
Okay.
So,
I'll
yeah.
take it. I'll take it.
So I actually work in the world of banking. So I actually manage a team of people who move money around through the U.S. Treasury related to trades and investments. So my day is usually spent moving millions of dollars based on where people would like to see the most profit and gain. So that's what I do for
That's huge.
my.
That market is huge now.
It is. It is. It's crazy. And again, I can tell you the amount of money that my department touches on a daily basis is overwhelming. Literally billions, sometimes trillions of dollars within a day. Yeah, no pressure. No pressure.
That just
That's
that
that's
there's
awesome.
plenty of money out there. That just lets you know
Yeah,
there's no shortage of money. We just got to figure
absolutely.
out how to get it into more of our pockets and, so we can do something with it in the community.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
So as far as me, most of you know I'm a martial arts instructor by night. I also help fix people's credit and get them financially literate by day. So you could say I excel in personal and financial self-defense. And I'll just sum it up like that for you.
Yeah.
So now let me ask you, Charles, as far as helping people's credit, during this pandemic, people were getting extra monies and people were, trying to get into this trading and things of that nature. And I noticed a lot of people were talking about buying property and fixing their credit. How do you get one to trust you to help them with their credit? I know that's something very personal. So how did you get into that? And how do you get people to trust you with it?
You know what? One of the first questions that I ask anybody that reached out to me is why they reached out to me. And most of the time I find out is because I've been consistent with what I deliver, with the content that I put on my website and on my business page. Just basically giving value, just giving away stuff for free, helping people out. without charging them a thing. And so when they see that, okay, so this is somebody that looks like he seems like he knows what he's doing, seems like he cares. Let me just give it a shot. And 9 times out of 10, there's people in their own family that said, you know what, I went with them, it didn't work out. And a lot of times, family and money just, how that mix works sometimes. But for the most part, just being genuine, just letting them know I'm here to help you however I can. No judgment ever, because there's enough of that out there already.
Wow. So when you say your website and your information, if you don't mind, if you can share that with us, are you someone who takes appointments, or do you do virtually or over the phone, or how does that work?
Yeah, so for the most part, I do virtual since we're just kind of comfortable working from home, and it's just the most convenient. It's very, very, minimally invasive. Besides that, I get to put on pajamas all day, and that's pretty cool too. But you can go to my website, charlespitts.com, and you can actually schedule a free consultation. I'll go over your situation with you and just see what the best course of action would be to help you reach your financial goals. I also have my business page on Facebook. Charles Pitts, also Coach CP, whatever you want to call it. So either way, a couple of those outlets are ways for people to get in touch with me.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that. So now you mentioned martial arts. I know that martial arts is a sport where it's sweat and bodies and movements. How has COVID affected you with that, or did it?
There was a bit of a slowdown, if you will. COVID pretty much shut everything down for a while, at least in the very beginning. So early, March 2020, when everything first broke out, we actually had to go virtual and teach classes virtual, which was a hit for a lot of our students.
Really?
Unfortunately, it was also hard for many of our students to concentrate and try to, really focus on it, because there was no one-on-one or that personal touch was missing. But they saw enough of it where we could pour ourselves into these videos, just like you were sitting in front of me, but you're in your living room and I'm in mine. So I think that's, a big factor of what got us through this whole pandemic. And now that things seem to be getting back to normal, as now the mask, mandate is lifted, and people now don't really have as many excuses as far as, well, I won't say excuses. We won't say barriers, I guess, to their training with respect to, being able to breathe and things like that, because we understand, that is a big issue. And we want to be mindful of that. So it is optional currently in our school, if you're comfortable wearing one or not, either way. But the goal is to get you in the door, get you to training, feeling better about yourself.
And where's your school located?
It's on Niagara Falls Boulevard. It's called Master Chong's World Class Taekwondo, where I'm currently the director, right next to Outback Steakhouse. So if you're hungry, stop, come kick it with us, and then go eat later.
Yes. So martial arts, why? What made you get into that?
What's funny is I've always been a fan since I was a kid. Bruce Lee, I grew up on, the Kung Fu movies where the Mao Zedong match what was coming out of the sound. That was my thing. And me and my brother and, a couple of family members, it was just something that we literally grew up on. But unfortunately, growing up, not financially astute, if you will, we didn't have a chance to get into an organized school. So we were kind of self-taught, stuff we saw on TV or tried in the backyard. So there was an opportunity that came along where I was able to, try it out. And of course I fell in love, and, I've been there ever since. So it's just something that once it gets into you, it's different than you just getting into it.
Beautiful. Now, Tanika, I know I can say one person who will melt your heart, and sorry, Charles, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about that beautiful grandbaby of yours. How does it feel?
It is amazing. I can't tell you enough. I have my son who I love beyond words. Right. I didn't think I could love anyone more than I love him. When I tell you, it's like times 100. And then she's just so like me. Like, again, she's just picking up little things. Like, we had a situation over the weekend where, let's just say, the parent did not wake up, and she woke up first. And grandma had just left, putting her face together and etc. So when we got to the door, she met us at the door, and I say, "Hi, Mama." So she's like, "Hi, Mama." And when I tell you, from here to her toes was covering makeup. Yeah, it was makeup.
Picked up everything. She's watching grandma
everywhere, and that showed me, like, she definitely knew where it went and everything. But yeah,
oh my goodness,
I love
it.
It was
do you think she's going to be a dancer? I know your son dances. You think she's going to be a dancer?
I'm in between dancer and singer. She is like a Beyonce-aholic. Like, if you put on Beyonce, microphone, dancing, singing. Like, she's definitely an entertainer. Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. I love it.
definitely
Well,
an entertainer.
give her a big hug for me. Give her a
I
big
definitely
hug.
will.
I just love seeing her. So listen, we're gonna dig right into this. You guys have a podcast.
We do.
Yes.
Let's
called-
talk about it.
Called Executive Level Speaks. It's sort of in its infancy, no different than the brand that we're building, which is Executive Level. So we are right now have a few episodes posted on SoundCloud. So if you want to go listen there, just look up Executive Level Speaks. We also did put a group together. It's a private group where we want to put together, a community of high-minded thinkers and people who want to do better, just don't know where to look. So we're putting that together as well. Basically just touching on a lot of issues that people want to gloss over or just kind of sweep under the rug. We want to bring some light on these because without any type of solution or bringing attention to these, how can we get where it is that we want to go?
Right. So when you say it's a private group, do you have to join the group? How does one join the group to see?
So we would prefer, just because we want to have everyone have the freedom of speech and not, without any kind of drama, we would prefer that you do reach out. It is something that we can look at approve for you to join the group. It's not like a secret group where nobody knows about it. You have to be invited. And you'll find us. It's just we have to make sure that the caliber of people that we want in the group are the ones that are more mindful and in the mindset of progression and not just drama and what is keeping us back.
Awesome. So now with your relationship, you do give relationship some type of goals you set, things that you put out. I watch your page and I see different things that you're putting out, the great energy. What makes it work for the both of you?
You know what? It's give and take. There's definitely compromise. There's definitely a team effort that has to be part of the whole dynamic. So if it's all about me, that's not going to work. If it's all about her, it's not going to work. There has to be balance. And it's just as simple as that.
Good answer.
You ditto that, right, Tanika?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes. Yes, you did.
So what do you do on the podcast? Do you have shows that's already set up, or do you have people just come on and talk about their issues and problems, or what can one expect?
So it's more of an open forum. We actually run it live on Zoom. We pick a topic, because we've been asking people to send us their topics to our email address, which, if you want to take later, they can definitely send their topic ideas or something they want to learn more about. It's an open forum. You can come on as long as you don't come on to just vent and we want to keep it positive. We want to keep it progressive in how we can get to the solution and not spend the whole time talking about the problem. So definitely want to help give other people a voice where otherwise they wouldn't have any.
And that's the thing. There's so many things that hold us back. So again, one of the topics that we're talking about actually Sunday. So we have an episode this Sunday that we're talking about basically our men taught to hide their hurt. So we had I posted something up on the group recently that talked about how, let's say, Tyrese or Will Smith, a few of those guys, when they came forward and they showed emotion, the world laughed at them. You know what I mean? So where is it safe for a man to be hurt or to cry or to etc.?
I'm going to stop you right there.
Don't get too much of the episode away.
She is the queen of giving everything away. If you tell everybody now, there's no reason for anybody to log in. Okay. So if we want people to log in, I know that you're definitely a giver, and I appreciate that.
I'm so passionate.
But
I really
we want to bring
it back.
We want to give. I saw you gave me you told me the whole movie. What's the point of going? So
I saw that post, and you're absolutely right, Tanika, where the people were making fun. So if you're talking about things like that, it's hard subjects that people don't really want to talk about, but they do need to be spoken about because it's okay to cry, man, woman, child. It's okay to cry. Absolutely. So that's a great podcast. And so give us the time and how can one join again?
Absolutely. So it is 6 p.m. this Sunday. We usually shoot the Zoom details out that day. So definitely, again, we do the Zoom because we want people to be able to have an open conversation with us similar to this. So at any point in time, again, when you do come forward with whatever your examples or questions are, we just ask again that you are open to us offering some type of resolution. So again, no vent session. We definitely want to hear more about, again, rather it be upbringing or why you feel or were taught the things that you were taught. But it definitely allows for a good open forum. I would say that.
So one may ask, if you're going to give relationship advice or
Mhm.
any type of advice, where does that come from? Is that life experiences?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was easy. Absolutely. Just things that you
Absolutely.
learn and you just share. You
Yeah.
know, that's basically how it works.
Yeah, and they don't even have to be our actual learning experience. Again, I have a ton of friends. I have a ton of like people I call bro. So yeah, I've just picked up some things along the way. And I will be honest, I'm one of those people, like, I've never met a stranger. So every
Right.
person I talk to, it's just we just talk. So yeah,
Right.
I picked up a lot along the way, and I definitely think that I can give some good feedback to people.
Now,
Yeah.
how do you get one to pour into the podcast or pour into, just say you and Charles, you know what I'm saying? Just to talk, because I find that a lot of people in our culture would much prefer to hide or
Right.
Yeah.
to
Right. And you know
sugarcoat.
what? Yeah, absolutely. And I'll be honest, we're running as that too, because we feel like people are just afraid to speak up, you know,
Mhm.
and we say you can leave it anonymous. You don't have to turn your camera on. You can make a fake name, whatever, but at least feel heard. And so as long as we keep on, no different than me just saying, hey, how can I help you? How can I help you with your credit? Whatever, this is free. I'm just giving it to you for this. It's the same thing with our podcast. We just want to say, hey, however we can help you, whatever we can offer, you know, you don't have to give up too much information. Just give us what you're comfortable giving. But there's probably somebody else that is going through the same thing that you're going through. So we need to hear your
Absolutely.
story.
We offer a safe place. Again, this isn't something that, we're going back to someone to gossip about whatever it is that your situation is. Again, we are coming together to kind of be your support system, your extended family. So again, we definitely want to work you through it. And whatever things are basically hindering you from moving forward in life. So again, when we talk about the executive level, it's not about, we're managers or anything like
Right.
that. It's about, we want you, and it's our commitment. We're committed to allow, pushing you to level up on every area of your life. So whether it's your mental, your physical, again, at some point we will get to the point where you'll see us working out together, going through diets together, all of that. And we've been an open book.
I'm glad that you brought that up when you said executive level, because I was going to ask you about the name, where it came from, and I'm still going to ask that question because some people would think, okay, executive level, so that means we're taking our business to the next level. Talk a little bit about the name and what it means.
Executive level is a mindset. That's basically what it is. We all know that you become the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And so what we're doing is basically trying to put together a supportive circle that people need to be a part of or be in. So we're just looking to establish a community of innovators, thinkers, and, leaders who can be a resource to people who are looking for things like that. This way you have a way to, have someone to help you reach your goals without feeling like you're just lost without somewhere to go. So like I said, it's in its infancy. We're definitely reaching out to people. We're, putting as much information as we can in, but, to be invited to a show like this where, I know you have tremendous reach. I know that'll help get our word out to, hey, you know what, there's something out here that I can be a part of, and I don't have to invest a whole lot of money in it or anything like that. It's just something I can come to learn and just feel better and start doing better. Because at the end of the day, there is the stereotypical person. Then there's like this exception to the rule. What we're trying to do is set a new standard. And that's just that simple.
Yeah, we want to bring together people that are resourceful. Again, you'd be surprised who needs what just something small that you might have been through again, or you might have someone that you can refer that person to. And someone out here needs that. So rather it be us helping people towards, move towards home ownership, building their credit, again, dieting, all of that. We want to make sure that we link those people up if we can't be those people.
You encompass a lot. So let me ask you, you have a female, she enjoys speaking with the both of you, but she wants that one-on-one time with just you, Tanika. Do you speak separately, or is it both of you all the time?
We've never run into that, but I wouldn't be opposed. If someone feels more comfortable saying, hey, girl, can I talk to you? No different than if you guys were met at wherever and just talked, not at all.
Now, if they were a female, they were like, I just really want to talk to Charles, and there's a problem.
You notice I said to Tanika. I did not say to Charles.
I'm glad you said that.
Right. No,
but you guys bring a lot to the table. I'm super proud of you. I've watched what you've been doing. I have a question, and it's been a question I've been asking maybe a couple of months. Why do you think it's so easy for people that we know or that know you to support people that they don't know rather than the people that they do know? And I say that because with the social media, being on social media, and I have to say that social media is a great platform, but you don't want that to be, you don't want to be dictated by that. But I noticed that people will like a stat or will like a post or will comment on a post of a person who probably will never even read it before they comment on Executive Level or Diva Talk Show or whoever. Why do you think that is?
So I've read a couple of things, and one, which sounded right on to me, just said that, the people that came from the same background or the same place that you came from, they're still there. And so it's hard for them to accept the fact that they're still in the same place and you've moved on. And this whole crabs in a barrel mentality wants to have them, if anything, pull you down instead of push you forward. So between that and what was the other part?
That was it. That was basically, you answered the question,
more.
which is why you guys should definitely watch the Zoom on Executive Level, because you don't sugarcoat it. You say what you say, you mean what you say, and you're basically right. You and I have the same mentality when it comes to that. But I'm just asking just to see if someone else says something different, but it's been the same across the board.
That's what it is. And also, it's not popular to support you until a whole bunch of people are supporting you. Then they jump on the bandwagon. So that bandwagon.
Sometimes that bandwagon has to learn how to start leaving people where they are. Can't take everybody with you. I know that being a couple and doing anything, there's always a backlash or there's always some type of negative energy. Do you find that with being a couple and doing a podcast?
Easy. Yeah. You know what? And we just shrug it off. It's just part of the game. Yeah. That's literally all it is. There's always going to be some people that can't stand you, but there's going to be way more people that love you. And that's who we need to focus on.
I love it.
Honestly, we are so full of happiness and joy and good chemistry. There are people, we recognize that, I guess it's not personal because, again, this is a battle that these people are having. So rather it be them not happy in their own circumstance, their own relationship, etc. And during those times, it's really difficult to see someone who's gone through it and have come to a good place instead of coming and going, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it. It's easier to just hate on another person that's actually making the moves that you've thought of and not actually done. You know what I mean? Right. So we have this conversation often because there will be times where we'll put up let's say the Zoom information and say, let's everybody join the podcast. This is what we're talking about. And we'll get a small percentage of people, but we'll go do the recap where we're just saying, hey, we just did the podcast. And there's like hundreds and hundreds of people that want to know what we talked about. Where are you?
That.
And you know what? That's the reason why we still continue to post. And this is what I would say to people, especially if you're an entrepreneur, keep promoting yourself, keep promoting your business because people are watching. Whether you see the likes or not, people are watching. And there's people that you don't know are watching. And those are going to be the ones that reach out to you just as recently for me as this week. So keep going.
We do get great feedback, though. I will tell you, we've been random places when we've had people say, like, you've changed our lives, and we look forward to what you guys post or etc. So it's definitely something that people are receiving. Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Keep pushing, keep going. You are right. If we look at those numbers, we will set ourselves back. Like you said, people are watching and they can watch without us even knowing. And I know that for a fact. Yeah. I am the same way. I'm out and I watch your show. I love your show. And I guess I'm the type of person, if someone is doing something, if I see them, I comment, congratulations, happy birthday. And, a lot of people aren't like that. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Again, I'm not looking at, the clicks. I'm not looking at the clicks. I know what I'm doing is reaching people, is touching people, and it's touching me. It helps me. So the confirmation that I get, before, after, during the show, is all that I need. And I know that I pray and I know that God has me. And so therefore I can't worry about anything else.
Listen, everyone needs to be in your happy place with you. Like that's, you know what I mean? You're not going to pull me into your not happy place. I'm like, all the good vibes come this way. That's what
Yes.
it's for us.
Find your
Yeah,
happy space. I'm telling you,
absolutely.
it's not just something I say because it sounds good. It's something that I seriously mean, and it feels
Yeah.
so good. There's gonna be times, you already know, it's gonna be times that you're not in that happy space for the moment, but
Hmm.
just know that it's for the moment. And that's just what it is.
Absolutely.
It's just the moment. I am just so proud of you and Charles and what you're doing. And you're trying to help people in every aspect. I
Yeah.
mean, with the martial arts, with the credit, with the relationship goals, with the everything. You are doing so much right here in the city of Buffalo. And
Yeah.
for that, we appreciate the both of you.
Thank
What's
you.
Thank,
next?
thank you. Well, we got our hands on a lot, and to be honest, as you broke down all the things that we're saying we're helping with, okay, we're gonna have to recruit some more people because I mean we're not experts in everything, but the more we learn, the more we share. But I
Mhm.
know that there's people with way more experience out there than we have, and I know that there's people that want to share that experience. So that's who we're reaching out to because it can't just be about us. The movement is way bigger than us.
The movement. You better say
Movement.
that, Mr. Pitts.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love you both. I love everything about what you're doing. Your happiness and sharing stuff. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. We're watching you. You were selling t-shirts at one time, the executive level t-shirts. Are those still for sale?
Still, we have those in different designs. We actually have a Facebook page as well as we're building an Etsy site. Like I said, we got a lot of a lot of irons in
Yeah,
the
we do
fire.
all types of crafts, t-shirts.
Check us out on Executive Level Customs on Facebook. We got a few designs on there. We're uploading and working on new stuff all the time, and we've got people reaching out to us, and we're helping them with their design. So you'll see us collaborate with some other people before we even put our own stuff out. That's kind of slowed us up a little bit, but just because we want to help people so bad is that we're sometimes shooting ourselves in the foot because we want to be a help to other people. So yeah, that's where we are currently with that.
Well, make sure you pin all your information in the comment section so that people will know where you are and what's going on. Before we end, your martial arts. I know that when you think of martial arts, you think of the children and getting a black belt and this that. But martial arts is a great exercise, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's physical, it's mental, it's emotional. Honestly, the way we teach at our school is more about mindset than anything else. It's not about violence. It's helping people figure out, and especially kids now with all this these distractions that they are going on. So more about how to focus, how to be disciplined, responsibility, respect. These are things that help, outside of the school as well as inside of the school. So we can have these people transition what they learn at our school and apply it to real life. That's really a win for us.
That thought when you were just talking about schools, that should be something the schools should look into.
You know what? And
Think
that's
about
something
that.
that we did have. We did have a program that we were going into the schools, but again, because of COVID, there are restrictions that are like, okay, we just can't have everybody here, even though we see how good it is and how much the kids benefit. We'll send anybody to you that's interested, but that's kind of where we are now. Hopefully, as things, like I said, get back to normal, we can go back out to saving these kids, and adults too.
I will say for me, he looped me into Taekwondo a few years ago. And when I tell you it was such a drastic, I'm going to say change as far as my body was concerned. So
but a good drastic.
It was a good drastic. Yeah. So when people watch me, go on my weight loss journey, that was something that started with Taekwondo, where he would tell me all the time, every day is leg day. Like when I tell you, I was in the best physical shape of my life doing Taekwondo. So I hated that when I did move towards working at home, like my schedule just doesn't allow for it right now, but I'm hoping to soon get back into it. I encourage anyone who's looking to stay active, who's looking to lose a couple pounds or even tone, to try out Taekwondo. It's so amazing. And the group there is such a family. It's a family there. Yeah.
Well, again, make sure you pin your information. I appreciate you both for taking time out your busy schedule to chat with me tonight. I am looking forward to joining your executive level podcast. Tanika, I'm looking forward to that book. Both of you, if this what both of you combine together. But again, if you have anything that you want to share, you want to talk about, know that you have a home here, you have a platform, and you are always welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. To my audience, once again, thank you so much for joining. You did not have to, but I'm sure glad that you did. Let me just see what I have here. what we're going to talk about on the next show. But before I do that, make sure you share this show, okay? And when you do, make sure in the comments you mark shared, because Sean Thurman, the owner and CEO of Glamorous Embellishment featuring paparazzi, gives away a beautiful piece of jewelry. So we'll put your name on the wheel. We'll draw tomorrow, and we'll make sure we get you that jewelry. Tammy, you still have your piece coming. I'll make sure you get that sometime this week. If you are not able to put your name on the wheel this week, you can always go to the Broadway Market on Saturdays from 9:30 to 4:30 and see Sean there. She is always there, and she has something in store, some beautiful jewelry, $5 pieces, some higher up end pieces, but make sure you go see her. Tonight's question is coming from a very, very good friend of mine, a very close friend of mine. I love her to death. Her name is Mrs. V. She wanted to ask, why do we as a culture, or why don't we, I should say, as a culture, why don't we donate blood more? Why don't we donate blood more, either to the blood banks or to the Red Cross? Let's talk about it on the Diva Talks live show after talk. Thank you once again, Charles and Tanika, Executive Level. Make sure you catch their podcast. If you need help with your credit, martial arts, or what have you, these are the people that you want to connect with. If you miss what they talked about tonight and you need their information, it'll be in the comment section. You can always reach out to me. I'll make sure I'll get you that information. We need to support one another, and we need to continue to support one another. But what I need for everyone to do is make sure they find their happy space. And when you do, make sure you stay there. Thank you for joining. Have a blessed night. See you next week. I can't wait. Boss Lady, March. The guest list for March. You have it. We can't go without that. I have it as well. Tuesday, March 1st, my special guest is going to be Miss Brienne Wilson. She is a foot doctor and owner of Pure Podiatry. Ladies, men, children, we all have to take care of our feet. If our feet aren't working, our bodies aren't moving. So make sure you tune in for that. Tuesday, March the 8th is Diva Day. I don't know what I'm doing, but be on the lookout. It's going to be something special. Giving back to the community, giving back, honoring somebody. I don't know what I want to do. It's my birthday, but you already know how I am. I want to do something. I want to give back. So I don't know if it's going to be one person, two people, three. I don't know, but just look out for that. Tuesday, March 15th, the first person who gave me my role in a movie that hit the big screen, Mr. Terry King. He is an actor, a comedian, a writer. Yes, and he gave me my first role in acting. So I cannot wait to speak with him. Then on Tuesday, March 22nd, True Heart Speaks. All you have to do is say True Heart, and you already know who I'm talking about. Mrs. Deidre Trueheart, she will be my special guest. She's a motivational speaker. She's a coach. She's a whole lot more, and I cannot wait to speak with her. And then on Tuesday, March the 29th, we have Miss Tika Monette Walker. She is a doula. These are things that's starting to become more and more seen in our culture, where people are actually having their babies at home and they have a doula. So we're going to learn a lot about that. I am done having babies. My baby just turned 22 on Sunday. Happy birthday again, Diamond. And while I'm on the birthdays, I want to say a special happy birthday to my Uncle Billy in Moac, North Carolina, who will be celebrating his birthday on tomorrow. So listen, you do not want to miss a March episode at all. But again, find your happy space. Make sure you stay there. I will see you guys in a minute on the Diva Talks live show after talk. Have a good night.